I was a reporter for the Philadelphia Bulletin. I was a sophomore at Temple University. I had just celebrated my 20th birthday, and it was, as I recall, Christmas Monday, December 26th, and I had watched 3/4 of the game at home before I drove to work to 30th Street and Market, where the Bulletin was located, and walked over to Franklin Field, had no credentials, could not get into the physical stadium, and stood outside the gate where the players left the locker room. And on the basis of that, I was able to put together a story for page 1 the next day, based on eye-to-eye reporting with the people who came out of the locker room, the players and the officials with the team, and putting together what police reporters were able later to find out from sources within the stadium. And that included the pelting of people behind the end zone sitting in wheelchairs. It had snowed, and there was snow in the stands, and the fans were so exuberant that they were taking chunks of snow and hurling them out to these people in wheelchairs. Now, this preceded many years later the booing of Santa Claus, but it was a precursor to the type of Eagles fans that would be created, probably by that generation. I walked right up from 34th Street, or right up the walkway to where the gates go into the stadium, and the Eagles dressing room was to the left of that, their locker room. And I was able to talk to the players as they came out of the locker room, reconstructing especially the fourth quarter, which the game ended with Concrete Charlie Bednarik, who won his fame on that same field as an undergraduate at the University of Pennsylvania, playing two ways, defense and offense. He sat on Jim Taylor, the running back for the Packers, to prohibit him from getting up for another play as the clock ran out. I had the general assignment reporting, capturing the post-game activities within the stadium, outside the stadium, whether any arrests took place. And I vaguely remember that there were arrests, but I'd have to read this story again. The Eagles, I always characterize as a person who is going through a relationship as an unrequited lover. Every time you think that you're going to have a great relationship and the Eagles are going to win the must playoff game, the Eagles somehow disappoint you and fail. Example is this season. Started out 3-0 and has been a pancake ever since. It's a different era. I mean, the Eagles offices at that time were in the Bulletin building, so we had the ability to have access to people within that office. It wasn't always a cordial relationship, but we knew people by first names, and it allowed us that kind of familiarity. But now there are layers and layers and layers and strategic planning and all of this, nonsense. Where in the old days it was just one guy handling the PR, giving you access, and boom, it was done. Well, imagine a National Football League championship game on a grass field at Franklin Field, the home of the University of Pennsylvania, which was a powerhouse in the 50s. It was the Alabama of the North in the 50s. And now we have a striking difference where it is commercial. The ordinary fan doesn't go to the games. The corporate fan does, and I like the older days. I like the older days where there was access for the fan and for the reporter and writer.